Welcome, ladies and gents, to FACEIT TV here for more Counter-Strike Global Offensive action with me, DDK, and James.
Hello.
It's FACEIT League time. We're doing Europe. We're finishing it off because we do know from Oceania and from North America who has qualified. But let's check out the current standings for Europe to see how things are developing. We've got 3 play days in store for you, loads of games, 5 matches tonight, 4 tomorrow, and 5 the following night on Thursday. So loads of games to be played to conclude this list. So let's have a deep look. Let's dig into this standings as they are currently, James. What do you see?
I see mayhem, I see bedlam, I see anarchy. Again, NaVi still with lots of games to play. So the thing is, this can all change. And really, between Titan, TSM, NaVi, NV, we have no idea who's going to land. No idea, Dan. It's going to go down to the wire, I think. And
interestingly, we're not going to see them today, but Envious obviously are playing with a stand-in for a little bit for Kiyoshima. We're going to have Scream in there, which a news post was made.
Oh boy, Scream.
It's very.
We love Scream.
It's a lot of hype with that, which is quite cool.
It's always exciting to see Scream. He's such a great player and very unique in his own style.
Yeah.
Headshot machine.
It's cool. It's cool to see him actually get to play on Envious, because of course his situation was kind of sucks for him, because there's only really Titan or Envious of the the French-speaking teams that could really do him justice. Players with lots of skill and experience for him to actually play with properly. He kind of got isolated a little bit from those 2 teams, and so it's kind of cool to see that we get to see it. I'm really excited for that. But that's not today. Today we're going to kick things off with TSM and NaVi. Let's take a quick look at the matches we have today to give you guys a picture of what we can expect. So TSM NaVi. A couple of NaVi games back-to-back here. I actually did a bit of analysis, a demo analysis from the finals on the Mirage game they played yesterday on my stream. And yeah, NaVi looking really strong lately. TSM and Fnatic, though, they are pretty damn strong themselves. I mean, it's FACEIT League, James. We just get awesome matches all around.
Yeah, it's carnage all over the place. I'm quite looking forward to seeing Titan later on. Obviously, I'm a NaVi fanboy as well, and a VP fanboy. So all the fanboys.
Yeah, Titan must have so much momentum at the moment. After their performance, despite not being able to take it against NaVi in the grand finals, they look fresh, they look reinvigorated, and we're seeing great performances from players previously. They weren't there to put in great performances, like Maniac. I mean, I've got a lot of respect for Maniac from not the results that he's achieved, but the way that he's taken it upon himself to achieve those results. Because he was in a position where he didn't know what was going on. There's lots of pressure from the community. He himself was probably beating himself up inside, like, I need to be playing better. Kennyus and Apex, everyone's looking towards them. But and we saw this now. Maniac, he's made the transformation. He's become a stronger player. He's got a better defined role, and he's making it work for the team overall, not just himself. So that's really cool to see. So yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing the couple of Titan matches we have later on.
Also, we have a good mix of maps today. We've got a bit of Overpass in there, a bit of Mirage, bit of Catch, double Inferno. Nice little range, so I think it's going to be good. Last time we had a lot of matches in one day, it was like most of them were nuke. So a bit of a change there.
Yeah, so let's check out how we're going to pick our Vulcan team, James, because for those of you who have not been following some of the Vulcan action that has been in store recently, of course, there is a Fantasy League. It's a Fantasy League. You can go to Vulcan.com, and it's a short and sweet version. That's the way I like to describe it, because the typical Fantasy League format that people are used to is much more long haul. But this is just one day of matches. You pick the players from the teams that are playing that specific day. You do not have to worry about trading players. And there's entry requirements for all sorts of people. You can see entries ranging from like $2 to $100. So there's something for everybody.
Wait, what options are there? I want to spend some money today. Let's go crazy.
Happy birthday, by the way, James.
Thank you very much.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Yeah. What's the most? Okay, let's see. Let's see what is there. Let's go for this Peaker's Advantage one. That's FACEIT League, right? Can we do that one? Oh, that's tomorrow. Which one? What's the most expensive one today? We're high rolling. Come on. Okay, let's do that one. $50.
$50.
We're spending half the balance. Let's do it.
James, we're playing outside of our bankroll here. I don't know if you know anything about poker.
We're gonna crush. We're gonna crush nabs. Let's do it.
All right.
Crush the nabs.
Oh my god.
All right. So you've got a lot of people playing today, as we can see there, as pointed out by our Debbie McGee, producer Reedtz.
Okay, so So we know that, okay, so first things first, as far as like picking teams goes, I do really want to pick players from Titan, but the Titan LGB match might not be something, I'm not sure what, that could be postponed, we're not quite sure just yet, so we'll have to, I don't know.
Let's pick Guardian.
Okay, how much is Guardian?
Who cares? Let's pick Guardian.
Yeah, let's get Guardian. I mean, I want Flamie as well.
Okay.
Or Flamie or Edward, who's cheaper? They're so expensive, James.
Get Flamie, get Flamie.
Oh my god, we are really putting it all in on NaVi.
Let's get some cheapos now.
Okay,
let's go to the bottom of the barrel.
So the team's playing twice. NaVi, definitely a good selection. Titan again, they are playing twice, but they're matching against LGB. There might be some time restraints there, so we'll have to see how that actually goes.
RPK.
Virtus Pro, I think they're playing twice guaranteed. So
I think RPK is a good cheapo one. He's cheap, man.
Okay? What about Taz as well? Taz is super.
Oh
cheap.
damn, Taz. Let's get Taz.
I think because VP are playing twice guaranteed. So
yeah, they've got that. Okay, let's do that. That's good.
But we may have to remove one of our maybe Guardian. But I don't know. He's so expensive, man.
No. We are not removing Guardian.
All right.
Guardian's my guy.
Okay.
It's not happening.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Although we should be sensible since we're spending literally half the balance.
Yeah,
but note that there is no sense.
It is Inferno as well, so
Flusher is $16.50. Are you nuts? What's going on here?
okay, the thing about Guardian, right, is that NaVi are playing both times on Inferno. If it was like a Mirage or something, I expect Guardian to 30 bomb those games. But if it's an Inferno, I don't know if I would expect as consistent fragging from him.
We could remove him and get Pasha. What maps are VP playing?
VP are playing Mirage and they're playing Overpass.
I think we could do Pasha.
Oh yeah. I think
so
Pasha,
we'll remove Guardian, get Pasha?
I think Pasha is definitely a must here.
Okay. Bye.
Oh my god.
Bye. It's about the same price, isn't it?
I feel like Pasha's better because of the maps.
Yeah.
Than Guardian, because I feel like there'll be equal elements for either team. Okay, so
Flusher.
We need somebody from.
When is it bad to buy Flusher?
Fnatic are playing once, and they're playing against NaVi, and it's going to be on Inferno. Now, the thing with Flusher on Inferno is that, at least on the T side, he plays the lurk on Banana very often. That's like what he always does. Is this a position you think against NaVi he's going to be making a lot of frags, having a lot of game impact? What do you think?
I found some really information about Flusher's playstyle, actually. The way he plays is purely because of the lack of space he had when he played at home to move his mouse. That's why he plays the lurk role, because he can't turn. He couldn't physically turn enough to play more aggressive roles because there wasn't enough space because his mouse would be banging the wall. That's why, not even trolling, that's why he lifts his mouse all the time, because he never used to have space to move his mouse across the mouse mat.
Nice.
That's why he plays the lurk role, because that's the only role he could play. It's hilarious.
Nice.
Okay, we could get. Okay, let's go. We've got like 40 seconds to lock this in, Dan.
Okay.
I think we need to scroll up a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay, so we can spend like roughly 1,600 on either player, or. Oh, okay. So team's only playing once.
Pronouns.
I mean, cajunb
Maniac
is really sick on Inferno,
I think we should get Maniac.
but he's a bit expensive. I think Maniac. Let's go. Let's get Maniac.
Just give him a 5/7 and we're good. All right, we've got $1,900.
Okay.
We could get a Zeus or a Neo.
Zeus or Neo. I think. Oh, that's a difficult one, isn't it?
Well, you need to pick fast. Okay, 19, 18. We can only get. Oh, we can't get either of them actually. We can get cajunb and below, or Flusher. cajunb or Flusher.
Can we get anyone from NaVi or Virtus Pro still? Because I think that's a better investment, because they're playing twice. So I think this is just way smarter to do that.
We could get Existence, which doesn't answer your question.
No Existence.
Seized? That's about it.
Yeah, I seized over Existence. Yeah.
Yeah?
I think so.
Okay.
Who else do we need? Oh, wait, that's it. Okay.
That's it. Shot caller.
It's got to be
Pasha.
It's got to be Pasha, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's got to be Pasha.
All right. $50.
I don't know about this team actually. This is one of the times when we select a team and like this pick today could have gone so many different ways.
Yeah.
It really could have gone in so many different ways. I wonder, because we're tied with Producer Reese right now, 4-4. He's won 4 times, we've won 4 times, and there's 3 more times to be played. So there will be a winner at the end of this.
We just put half our bankroll in there, Dan.
Oh God!
We've just thrown it all in there.
That was your idea, the $50 straight in. This guy has no bankroll management skills. He has no idea what he's doing.
I don't know what I'm doing,
This
guys.
guy's a massive fish.
I'm just spending the cash.
This guy's a whale.
All right. Bayonet to the face. Wow, look at that. How much... okay. Sorry, you can't see that. I'm looking at the wrong screen. Guys, so we have our giveaway, right, for half a million followers.
500,000.
We have two of the 3
Damn.
skins are in the inventory. We can have a quick look at them now, maybe, if producer Reedtz is kind enough to allow us to observe the inventory. You'll see if he is. If he's feeling generous today, you will see that I'm kind. Let's look at the howl. I can't even remember. I think, okay, so we're doing 3 giveaways for 500k followers, guys. All at the same time. 2 of which are going to be for our subs. So this howl is going to go to one of our subs. So is the skin next to it. What is that? That is a butterfly knife slaughter. Factory new. We are pushing the boat out, as they say.
Why is it so red?
Because it's from an abattoir, I guess. I don't know. Butterfly knife slaughter. Wouldn't you like that? Look at that pattern. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that form. Look at it. It's nice, is it not? And the other skin will be a bayonet rust coast, which will be going to one of our general audience. So something for everyone potentially. We never leave you guys watching. You don't have to sub to be able to win. But there's going to be no wheel spins for a while, Dan.
Why?
Because we exhausted the resources.
All right.
We exhausted all the resources.
We can just put bongers on there loads of times.
But just put
The wheel of bongers.
half bongers and half producer Reese. One gets demodded, the other one gets fired. Or I don't think we should fire Reese anymore. I think we should just launch him from a cannon into the sun.
That takes resources, though.
I think that's a pretty good upgrade.
We spent all of our resources on trying to do Dragon Lore attempts.
We did. Didn't work out very well. Maybe they will return in future. I think, you know what, I think it makes sense.
No.
Like, okay, we could do it now, right? We could try and like buy a knight and do a trade up now. But the thing is, once the new operation comes around, however it may be, there should be a better abundance of knights, which means that they should be cheaper, which means that maybe we could do one or multiple attempts once again. Because at the time we bought them, I think they were like £130, and I think they're like £200 now. So
maybe if we do well this time on Vulcan, maybe we'll have the bankroll to do that.
Hey, yeah.
We can reinvest.
If we rob everyone on Vulcan,
We just need to keep. If we actually do well on it, we need to get progressively higher and higher. Next time, $100.
If we win, do you think we're going to get people raging at us on Twitter?
Why?
Like you know when people lose skins and they bet on their team, then they tweet the players who lost rage and stuff. Are we going to get that now?
No.
It'd be funny if we did.
Okay. Well, I think it's time to look at the odds, James, and see what the viewers think of this match. We're going to have TSM versus NaVi on Inferno to kick things off with. So let's see. It's wow. Okay, so people not really liking NaVi in this battle. Do you think that's fair? Is it fair?
Well, NaVi are coming
What is
into
fair?
NaVi are coming into this this week as champions from recent tournaments. So, but again, you know, they haven't necessarily been consistent.
So you're saying it's not fair?
They haven't been necessarily. They haven't necessarily been consistent against the top level of teams. That said, neither have TSM. So, I think maybe those percentages are unfair, Dan.
Okay.
I think it's a bit harsh. How do you feel about this?
Unjust.
Unjust. It's wrong. It's immoral. How do you feel about this?
I think NaVi are a fantastic Inferno team. Of course, TSM, they should be playing with their full lineup today. That's what I expect. So I mean, the thing with TSM is they're really strong as well at adapting to all the changes with updates. Also, I mean, we see some teams that lag a little bit in their performance because of updates and so on. I mean, the update's been out for like what 2 weeks or something now, something like that.
Possibly. What are you doing over there? You're just destroying things and causing problems. See, in the old studio, I used to be playing with the nade, but now we have like a sloped desk. I can't play with the nade so much, so now it's Dan's turn to just make random unidentified noises in the background.
I really want to push the grenade.
Don't.
But look how it's not even really centered. Look, it's more towards you than it is towards me.
I think I'm closer to the grenade than you are. I think that's the problem.
Can we?
You're causing trouble now.
There you go.
But that's not centered. It looks weird now.
Well, That's a shame. At least we found a way to, as you said, put it on the slope desk because it felt like we were missing this. But we have to make sure that that no one steals it.
Sean Gurrs tried to.
Did he try to steal it?
He wanted to.
Maybe he stole the other one.
He wanted to. The grin on his face was while he was holding it was something to behold.
You mean Sean Grills?
Sean Grills.
Yes.
Sean Grills. Shout out to Sean Grills.
That's now his name.
We love Sean Grills. He's awesome.
Definitely. Okay, so I was watching NaVi play, and because this is relevant because we're watching NaVi. It was on Inferno, sorry, Mirage that I was looking at in their finals against Titan, and I saw something that's super cool. I just want to share it with you guys whilst whilst we're waiting for everything to get going here. So I'm going to try to explain this without us being able to look at the map of Mirage. So should be able to do that. So everyone knows, okay, the kind of defaults A retake for the CT pistol, that strategy for CT pistol, where you have like 3 guys on B, 1 guy really defensive for the CTs, which was in this case was Apex for Titan, next to the toll booth box, the ticket box, and 1 guy just peeking in middle for CTs. So what happened was NaVi decided, hey, we're going to go for a play with the bomb towards A, 3 guys with the bomb, and some smokes. We've got 3 smokes, and they smoke over. And as they do that, they've got 2 guys also in B apartments who have just Kevlar and pistols, and they're just making some noise, as you do, because it delays the guys you want to retake onto A, delays them a little bit. You have a more successful bomb plant, more time to set up and stuff. That's the basic round.
It's Mirage.
Thanks, James. So what happened was when they rushed up T slope, when NaVi rushed up T slope, they saw Apex on the ticket booth. So what they did is they immediately rotated the bomb alone back towards B apps, and they faked onto A.
No, it's +2.
And this was a play they made on the fly because they saw Apex's position and they know the strategy that Titan were running. It's the A retake strategy. It's pretty easy to see that. So then the entire Titan team rotates to A as the bomb is going and being planted on B. And that was completely on the fly, and that's super awesome to see because it's harder to see this when you're just normally casting because the match is going at full speed. But when you can pause it, it's just like so cool to see how smart some teams are. So I mean, I don't know if that was the StarX thing, if StarX called it or what it was, but yeah, that was really really awesome to see.
It's cobblestone now.
That's you have your observational skills are unmatched.
They're off the charts, Dan. They're perfect. So speaking of Dust 2, as it was on the screen earlier, I have done a new FACEIT Nades video, and it's by far the longest one yet. It's got a lot of information in there, and hopefully it will be up later tonight. It's weighing in at like 1.7 gigabytes. I think it's about 17 minutes as well. So there's a lot of there's a lot of smoke grenades. There's a lot of smoke grenades in there. There's a lot of flashbangs in there as well. There's some new smokes and flashbangs based on the adjustments to the skybox around A. There's also a few grenades in there. It's not often you see HEs, actually. People who make videos, most of the time, like I'd say 90% of the videos are about smoke grenades. Smoke set, do this, throw this, throw this. But people they're quite lacking in how to throw flashbangs. Yeah. Not just for teammates, but also just how to throw a pop flash on their own. Like, let's say there's an invisible corner on the end of this desk. You bounce a flash that way. So you waste the trajectory where it's hidden, and then it suddenly emerges and pops. That kind of thing. People don't really. I think there's still some education to be done, so people can just basically have a rough idea of how far away they need to stand away from a wall to make like a makeshift one and things like that, and just general teamwork. Like, because if you think of the smokes, you're denying the opposition vision most of the time. Sometimes people use it to cross an area, like on Dust 2, when you're CC to go to B, you might want to put a smoke down to block the other person's vision. But for the most part, it's still very individual play, and there's a lack of teamwork there. And I think flashbangs are a lot of the time, most of the time, about teamwork. If you're using them aggressively, rather than counter-flashing, as you might do on a CT side. If you're like, well, let's say you're aggressive CT on Dust 2, and you're on A platform, and your teammate's on the corner of short, then you can throw a flash for them to peek around the corner. And I do think there is some education to be done in that regard, so I'm going to be concentrating on those a bit more, and also HEs, but I think mainly flashes. I think we can do a lot with flashes to improve the more casual side of the game for everyone.
The HEs is actually an interesting one because it's a lot to do with timings, and it's kind of always going to be a gamble as well when you throw it. You're gambling on
very good points.
On them doing a certain timing, and this is actually I was talking about this, talking to people on my stream about this yesterday. Like when it comes to like flashes as well, when you make a flash, you often have like a specific, if it's like an aggressive flash, or let's say you're on Mirage, you're rushing like middle or something, then you can have specific flashes where you're trying to abuse, like you're rushing middle, so you want them to appear like from that angle on top mid into middle, just at the time when your flash is going to be appearing. You want to have the perfect timing, so you're gambling that flash is specifically for this, and the play that you've done with your teammates kind of goes with that. It's synergistic. So that's like the entire point with HEs as well in a large respect. But people tend to use HEs more reactively than proactively, which is a very interesting concept, because you can on some maps, depending on like what you see positionally, or just you can just take the gamble and say, well, based on this, just a general default kind of timing, it's very likely there'll be a guy in that position that I can throw a nade at, and he won't be able to react to the nade. He'll just get hit by the nade. And then when you have the duel with them, maybe you only tag them down. Well, now they've taken the nade damage, so you actually get the kill, instead of having to like get the damage and be like, oh, where's my HE, and then throw the HE, and then maybe it hits them, maybe it doesn't. So yeah, there's lots to be explored with that. I agree.
I actually forgot Molotovs as well.
Oh yeah, Molotovs.
I completely forgot Molotovs.
Did you have? There's no Molotovs on the video.
There's one.
You should make a video of Molotovs.
There's one Molotov on there. But I think on a map like Cache, like we might see it today, how useful Molotovs are. For example, there's the obvious one everybody knows of, Molotoving the vent as a T to force the CT out of the position. So if you want to push mid, then you don't have to worry about that position, CT being in a sneaky CT being in the vent.
That's the most important Molotov on that map.
But also,
for sure for Ts, yeah.
But also on the A sites, just around the corner from Squeaky Door, if you Molotov that position and there's somebody there, then they have no choice but to expose themselves to possibly multiple guns, and then we've seen that recently in matches where the molly's gone down, people have been forced out of position and just been taken out for it.
Absolutely. So I'm wondering what's going on with the server at the moment, because we've lost all the players, James. We've lost all of them.
They've all gone.
They've disappeared. They're probably having a barbecue. The weather's
gorgeous outside. We should have been started a few minutes ago. We're late. Well, they're late. Or someone's late.
Someone's late.
But it's not us. We're here, Dan.
Punished.
You and I, we're right here.
Yeah.
We're ready to go.
That's good.
TSM versus NaVi. So who do you think? I think we're about to start.
Oh, okay,
actually.
Nice. We're going to knife.
Do you have a prediction, score or winner or?
Well, I want to wait until we see who starts where before make a prediction.
No, do it now, Dan. Now.
No.
What about knife?
After the knife. After the knife.
Who's going to win the knife? Who will win the knife round, Dan? Dan just stares at me with the vacant look in his eyes. Oh, we've got a... Is this called a Mexican standoff? I don't know. Hey, this could be you with a butterfly, a butterfly knife slaughter.
Oh my god!
Factory new.
You got that in there, didn't you?
All you have to do is mash the follow button.
Okay, so we are going to see TSM staying on the CT side. Now, the weird thing is that, like...
Predictions. You got 5 seconds.
Oh my god, I want to make it off the pistol, James.
Are you serious? let me predict once I have considerable information on the potential outcome of this map.
Alright, I'm going to say NaVi 16-10.
Okay.
But I hope they win the pistol round. If they win the pistol round, then they have a strong chance of that. But we'll have to see how things go. We got TSM already, cajunb with a fast peek into second mid, and they are getting so much aggression off at the moment. dupreeh is sitting on T-slope. He's going to be pushing forwards, picking up more kills, getting the jump headshot onto Zeus, and NaVi are left confused, flustered.
There's
a massacre.
There's a pistol round not going your way, and then there's that.
I'm screwed.
And then there's that.
I'm screwed now. My prediction was kind of predicated upon NaVi winning the pistol, and then just going with the Mac 10s,
the
getting
NaVi
that economy going.
The NaVi versus NV matches we've seen of late on Inferno have been quite interesting.
Yeah, they can still pull it back. They've gone for the full investment here.
They can still pull it back. It's 1-0, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, like, into their favor at the start of the game,
okay.
For my prediction to work out. But yeah, they've gone for the full investment. But can TSM hold this? In comes the Tech 9s, the Deeks, the P250s, and seized with a fast kill into karrigan. Now, if they can keep the pace high on this push, they might just make this work. Do they have any smokes? There is no smokes to be found for them just yet. And so that's going to be really easy now for TSM to keep that pace on high for the retake.
Okay, so 2 directions are TSM coming from, but they're up against pistols, so who knows what could happen. cajunb coming in with a teammate here. Gonna try and close off some of the angles with smokes, but flamie in a strong position with the big popper pump. There's 2 frags for him. That's some money in the bank. Device left versus 2. He needs to just find the right angle. He's not going to do it, and NaVi will even things up.
Okay, so this it works out even more in favor of my prediction now, because in theory, you know, TSM. Oh, they're actually going to force it up here.
I think this is the worst map for the CTs on the second round, because
it is rough.
I think it's the worst one, because we talk about closing angles and stuff with the pistols, but Inferno, the angles are close by default. So what can the CTs actually do? Current method of weapons.
At the moment, they're trying to play aggressive on Banana, and the weird thing is that this is what I was talking about. Like, TSM are really good at adapting to the new kind of metas, basically, or pushing a new meta into play, because they adapt so well to new patches. And you can see that right now. They've got 2 MP9s. They've decided to go for the Force instead of going for a save. And we are going to see if they can pull off some damage here. Already, TSM have 3 players quite low, so NaVi set up well to execute a clean round.
Okay, first frag going the way of cajunb. Those MP9s coming into play following the patch. TSM, though, the remaining players are heavily tagged indeed. And while Zeus will go down, it's NaVi with all the HP on their side. Zipnik's only 4 HP now. 2 remaining TSM players are together. Guardian hearing the footsteps, trying to pre-fire, but not managing to find a connection there. karrigan and Zipnik still alive for the time being. But do they? I think they're going to go for the save, which is pretty much about their armor. Who knows if that MP9 will get any work in the following round. A little bit of damage done there, but NaVi will survive with 2 M4s and 1 AK.
Yeah, I mean, TSM actually made that a little bit scary for NaVi, to be honest. They got 2 kills. They didn't do too horrendously, but of course you can't forget the investment that they put into that round instead of going for the saves. I think they're probably in a position where they could have been forced to. I didn't see exactly the kind of money that they had. So we'll see that now. We can kind of work it out. Yeah, so, okay. So yeah, they decided that, okay, we're going to have to eco twice anyway, so let's get a buy-in, basically. And then that is going to mean that they'll have a much weaker buy in the 5th round, but it still means that they had a chance right there to take it back to NaVi and maybe win it. So that was a smart choice from them.
Ooh, are we going to see a double nade down mid? This could give them a lot of potential. There's the first one. Then the second one went down, and that's going to be the first frag followed up with the nade. So early advantage for TSM.
Love the aggression from them, love the proactive plays on the CT side. Look at this now, they're moving towards that B site. All of them. 4 players for TSM now on B. Going for the gamble that this is where NaVi are going to hit. And they're actually going to even push it together as a team. Oh, but Zeus is going to have the angle, going to spray them down. It's a nice idea, but it's like NaVi have successfully cleaned out the majority of the players. So just cajunb left over. And not much you can do. So 3-1 the score now for NaVi, and TSM in a position where they have to get their buy going. And because of previous investments, they shouldn't have a huge amount of grenades to work with. And we know how painful that can be on a map like this.
Yeah, and I do feel like the current strength of the pistols and SMGs breaks this map for the CTs.
It does. It can be, yeah.
Because you look at a map like Mirage and so on, where you can try and retain those ranges as a CT, but you really can't do it on this map. There we go. So NaVi starting to creep as they do. Their signature movements. Guardian on the big green gun already. We'll see what he does get done on this map following our exchange for Pasha. Pretty standard setup here for TSM. 1 person on arch, 1 quad, 1 in the pit area, as opposed to an aggressive apps position at the moment, but it's the rounds and the money they need for now. That may come later on. 1 minute on the clock, no indication as to where NaVi might be going.
So they're ready for this mid-take now. They cleared Banana away from TSM. They've pushed everyone towards A, not leaving a single man there. Does suggest that they want to commit towards this bomb site. Let's see if dupreeh can find himself in a good position for some frags here, playing that blue truck, spots some heads, calls the push coming in as the nades come to follow for NaVi. We are going to see Zeus killing himself there somehow, as Guardian will get the trade frags, but they are stuck right now. They can't get onto the bomb site. This is so far has been a great defense from TSM, but eventually flamie will arrive onto that bomb site and he will get this bomb planted. Now he's got cover from Guardian there in the pit with the AWP. You couldn't ask for better cover than that. 2 on 3 as TSM have the positions. They're moving in now together. They've got lots of time to play with. They got no kits actually. So they've got to be fast about this. Guardian now, but he goes down as well. Good entries there from TSM and they will secure the round. And that's going to be 2-3. So they are battling back quite well against NaVi.
I think I saw some post-patch struggles there from Guardian. That first shot that he missed, it was kind of a sweeping style where normally, like with muscle memory, I think he was expecting his body to move more to one side so he can sweep his mouse to the other. But obviously with the changes to Yorp, the movement is so much less that you end up missing your shot completely, because that was a sitter. That's one that Guardian never misses. So maybe long term he will be hitting those. And again, in the pit as well, just the lack of movement there as he's trying to adjust for the player. So a bit more training to be done there maybe. Again, the standard setup here from both sides. NaVi slowly creeping up towards top of banana. And TSM, we can see dupreeh is in a more aggressive position this time, as he was a bit more passive on quad in the beginning of the previous round. Even going to have a quick peek into the apps, just to make a bit of a nuisance, try and slow down the approach. You can see NaVi getting a bit jittery now, but they're focusing on Boiler for the time being. So he's getting heavily tagged there, but no one lost for either team just yet. He is headed over towards B, just to make sure they keep it. No flank coming in from the CTs. It's going to be a nice meaty node.
Yeah, that's very nice. So all of the players apart from flamie for NaVi tagged down a bit. That's going to definitely favor TSM on this defense. Here we go, though. Peek from dupreeh. Takes the frag onto Edward. Great stuff there. NaVi now, they've been found out. They've been discovered. As we see the one player floating, it's going to be karrigan moving towards Speedway a little bit. Kind of a faster rotation into this A bomb site. Now NaVi trying to get themselves in still, but yet to find the kills they need as cajunb is raining the bullets down onto Seized. And NaVi have only 2 players remaining. They can't, the bomb is lost. All hope is lost with so little time left on the round. And TSM on the hunt. They are not going to allow any survivors here, but flamie should be able to get a couple of kills here. It does take down Device. There's the second one. Good stuff from flamie to get that extra damage in, but very solid hold for TSM.
I can't believe Edwards. I think, I mean, you saw the player emerge onto Edwards' crosshair and he didn't even fire his gun, but you saw the shadow come out as well and he still didn't fire the gun. I can only imagine that he was looking at the radar when he was peeked by that player, which is very frustrating as a player. Also, I can't remember which player it was for TSM. He was standing on the railings by the balcony. He was going to throw a Molotov onto the site to stop them planting for short, basically, to stop NaVi planting for short. But instead, he just kept his gun out because it would have revealed his position. So he was playing the strength of his position as opposed to the Molotov sacrificing that knowledge. And it worked out in their favor.
Great push here from cajunb. 2 quick frags, looking very strong. He's got the support. dupreeh's up there with him. Device aggressively pushed towards middle as well. So they got a nice little trio going for this apps retake, and it was very damaging. Got 3 players down for NaVi. They've got to take a big risk now. Can Zeus get himself in on the frag? It doesn't look the right way, and that is going to be curtains in this round, surely. So the bomb is now at Device's feet. He picks up the next frag as well. Lovely stuff there from TSM.
I think really at the end there, NaVi, the remaining 2 players, had to be poking towards quad and arch at the same time, because with all the noise they made in apps, there were only 2 of them left, so TSM knew where at least one of them was, and he just picked out slowly on his own in one direction, and it basically just gave the whole game away there. So I think that was a little bit sloppy at the end there from NaVi. Maybe a little bit of frustration setting in there. They are going to be on pretty much an eco now. No armor, no nades, just a few Tech 9s. See if they can get any damage in here.
Look how aggressive TSM like to be. It's kind of crazy how effective it is as well. NaVi, usually a team that's hard to predict. Well, TSM eliminating that entire concept of having to predict them, because they're just going straight out there and just trying to get the early duels in the round. So I'm going to clean this one up as well, and that's going to really help to build their economy. And we might even start seeing an AWP coming in, and there it is. Device does pick it up. Now their economy is more secure. And we see incendiaries on 3 players as well. So TSM are swimming in money, 5-3.
As bad as some of these rounds have looked for NaVi, they've still got 3 of 8 rounds. They're only 2 rounds behind TSM, and they are finding themselves on another bye as well. So definitely could still finish with a lot of rounds in here, but there's going to be... The trade does come in on Device after all. That's really important. NaVi trying to use their momentum. Look fully committed to Banana at the moment. No vision of mid. They will be aware of that though. Don't want to be flanked by the CT, so they'll just slow things down again. They were definitely looking to capitalize quickly, but didn't come in, so things will slow down.
Wow, that grenade actually hit Civics full on in the face. Very nice there. Peak coming in from cajunb on middle. They're still wanting to get aggressive, to get that information, to get the call, and they're going to get that information, but at the cost of cajunb. Now it's that cost that they can afford. It's going to be down to dupreeh's ability to hold this. He does take one quick frag on the peak. Where's the trade from Zeus? Where's the trade? There is no trade at all. dupreeh still alive, buying so much time for his team to get onto the retake. And look at that, karrigan now coming into play as well. dupreeh's done his job. He's done it very well indeed. Edward now looking for the kill on towards Library. Zeus cleans up the site single-handedly. Definitely well played by Zeus. And Edward picks up the last one. If Edward hadn't come along with that, Zeus hadn't come along with that double kill in the site, 1-on-2, it would all be over there.
Good individual play there. And again, now NaVi, 4 rounds of 9 on the board, only 1 round behind TSM. TSM's money being stretched once again after a little bit of success. So, no AWP on either team for this round. All AKs here for NaVi. And again, sort of same setup from TSM for the time being. Just one person, I think that's Zipnik's, trying to just get an early peek onto Banana. He will head back towards the site now after a certain amount of time has passed. So looks like the B play could be a little bit different unless they're looking to maybe rotate someone to Speedway. Have one player playing CT. Meanwhile, NaVi poking and prodding around the A site. You can see the counter nades coming in from the CTs. Just trying to slow down the advance here.
So, leaving C's this time in Banana, giving that double back option for NaVi. Something that they may have adjusted now, considering how difficult it's been for them to get into A. Now they're going to have the option to take a pick, potentially, and if things go poorly, they can always run all the way back. And in fact, they are already considering that exact move, as we do see 2 players now for them on Banana, as TSM look for that information play, and they've been saving those grenades. They aren't with all that many left now. Late into this round, 30 seconds left for NaVi to make the move. The bomb's still up on middle. They've got to make the play. They're going to push into that B bomb site with those 2 players. Actually, we're going to have C's falling back now, down Banana, but it is Device and dupreeh to spray them down. They can't make their way up arch side, and that bomb, it has 13 seconds to go down, and C's, I mean, that round, it just fell apart for NaVi completely.
That was amazing nerve by TSM. They did not move a muscle. While you were talking, I was looking at the clock. There were like 35 seconds left, 30 seconds left, and there was no indication as to when NaVi were going to take the bomb. They were sitting at top mid. They had 2 plays over towards B. They were trying to force the rotation from TSM, but TSM were non-believers. Doesn't look like they were going to move on until they saw 3-4 players or the bomb itself. And it paid off. They didn't buy what NaVi was selling and end up throwing their junk in the bin.
Yeah, I think there's a degree of just TSM knowing NaVi really well, and I think that's really paying off in dividends for them at the moment, as we can see that they don't fall for the bait, and they do apply the aggression when they need to, and these defensive rounds have been stellar as well, especially towards the A site. And when have we ever seen NaVi actually break through on towards B? It's not really happened, apart from very early on into the match.
You can see on this eco, NaVi going straight for the close range play through the apps, looking to abuse the power of these pistols. TSM, look how they're covering themselves with the, putting themselves between obstacles, keeping themselves as safe as possible, using the pillar on shorts to cover most of their body, and the pillar on the, towards pit as well. They know they may be up against multiple guns at the same time, a fast push. So they put themselves in positions to spray down the approach while covering most of their body at the same time. So nicely done there by TSM, taking all the necessary precautions. And it will extend to a 3-round lead. Will be a full buy coming out from them. Guardian just on a deagle. So he'll be looking to hopefully pick up an AWP. C's getting naded into next week. Almost got blasted from a cannon into the sun there. I'll be down to 4 people. And again, we'll see if Guardian can pick up the gun. And cajunb has been pretty much unstoppable in the quad area. TSM making it look easy at the moment. Another solid cleanup from NaVi. They just got wiped out. They barely fired bullets.
Yeah, you can see that TSM know how to play against NaVi. It's quite clear. I mean, of course they are doing a great job in hitting the shots, but this is one of the reasons why TSM are so feared. I mean, their execution, every single player can just turn it on and just go beast mode. And so far we're seeing them do very well in just a pure rifle setup as they play, you know, they're just throwing in some basic aggression on apps sometimes, trying to take these peaks. They're waiting. And the way, like usually when you go for information plays with flashes and stuff, against certain teams, you'll do it at different timings. So for example, we see that from TSM on a slow round for NaVi, they do it on like the 30-second timing, like really late, because they know that NaVi will basically leave it until that late to actually do something. Whereas against another team, maybe 50 seconds, that's when you're gonna do it. So it's all about studying these teams, and you can see that TSM, after getting these easy rounds on these defenses, it's as if they can read NaVi perfectly. They've done their homework.
To quote Dan, TSM all capable of turning it on and going beast mode, like DDK in a club. This is looking like a standard CT's half now. We could see an 11-4. You have to say it's quite likely.
Yeah, it's looking really good for them. They also were able to. They had basically the worst start as well. After winning pistol and losing immediately afterwards, it's very rough to deal with.
Look at all the fire on both teams. TSM with 5 mollies and NaVi with 4. We'll see if NaVi actually have a strat again. VP, the most notorious team for using Molotovs on the CT side to great effect. Haven't seen so much of it on the T side.
That aggression from karrigan, he just walked straight up, didn't care at all, trying to potentially capitalize on complacency, but that's not to be the case. NaVi were on point, took karrigan down. Now B is open as they get the frag onto device towards the A side of the map. TSM are scrambling to try to get back onto B in time to stop this bomb from going down. They might actually just barely be able to do it as they are slowing them down immensely with these grenades. 3 on 4 here, TSM with Zipnix close to the cores, over the top, gets the kills. Edward gets the bomb planted though, as in comes his teammates, cajunb and dupreeh. Now, oh, Guardian goes down. Very well done by Zipnix. That's going to help massively, smoking Edward out of his position. And Zeus going to still be providing a nice defense here in Banana. That's going to make things very difficult now for TSM as they come in. Zipnix still moving around coils, looking for a shot here. Edward pushing through the smoke. Can they see him in time? There it is. Goes for the peek, the spray. But does he have time? No, he doesn't have time.
Oh, that was close. I thought he had it. I thought it was him.
Close.
Just a small thing. As you saw, NaVi got the 2 frags there on Banana. Then as Zeus was the first one to make it towards the site, round the corner basically. And as soon as he got there, he basically went into that kind of cubbyhole corner and just faced the wall because he's expecting the counter flashes to come in from CT spawn, from rotating CTs. They never came, but the fact he was well prepared for it was good for him. NaVi though, who knows if they could have taken the site faster or not,
Yeah.
They're in the game. I'm spectating with all the information, so there we go. But 9-5, last round. See if NaVi can make it 9-6, or 6-9 rather, but they will need to significantly change their approach because they are simply getting cut down one by one. It's almost as though they're playing for picks at the moment.
Like how Device is repping the Safari Mesh AWP. Look at that. It's gorgeous. All right, so... all right, here we are. We have NaVi set up on middle at the moment, looking for that push through. In go the nades. They want to move through the smoke very aggressively into these positions, timing out the smokes very well actually. Just as they move through, they were dissipating, and we now have them moved up. But looks like TSM are having some problems here. Nothing's really happened in the round yet, so It's like TSM are having an issue and they want to replay the rounds now.
Yeah, I think Device has got his torrents on. He's activated his torrents. He's downloading Grand Theft Auto.
Is he?
Maybe. That's what I'm speculating anyway, but I downloaded it, Dan. But the thing is, I'm not going to play it. Do you know why? Because I own Counter-Strike, Dan. That's why.
So predictable.
I've got to AWP people. Has to be done. Man, I AWPed 2 people at once yesterday. It was awesome. To clutch the round on cash. I came out from the corner. It was glorious. It was aggressive AWPing. It's still alive, Dan. There are weird nuances with the AWP, and I don't even know how to explain them. I don't think I necessarily understand them, but there are some aggressive nuances there somehow. Just got to figure out how. But I really hope that I know. Excuse me. I know Valve are apparently all on holiday in Hawaii. But there is.
James, can I go?
There's a really weird issue with the Scout and the AWP. When you're like, I think if you're crouching and you fire a gun, you fire a shot, all of a sudden it's like you're on skates. So if you're actually trying to hide behind a box, and you're just edging left and right, then you just go out much further than you actually want to. So while it has some cool functions, it's actually a pain as well. Like if you're trying to hide behind a box at CT spawn on Mirage, then you expose yourself, and it's just you can't do it properly. So it's just weird.
Never be exposed, guys.
Advice from Dan. Never be exposed.
That's good advice.
I suppose it is.
I was talking about it in length yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. On my stream.
You banned from Twitch?
No.
Okay.
James, it wasn't that kind of exposure. We're talking about angles here. When you're taking positions, moving to sites, how you make sure you're not in an exposed position, so you don't get shot in the back.
Oh, I see.
Now you see.
All right.
Okay, so it looks like we're going to be jumping back into this now. So 1 round to be played in this half. TSM with a strong showing. NaVi did pick up 5 rounds. I mean, they had that situation where they did win that force up after losing the pistols. That's usually very crippling for the CTs. So TSM did an amazing job to bounce back from that almost immediately. They kept the damage on, and NaVi could never really build money from it. But now we're into the last round of the first half. NaVi, can they get something? It's going to be Device who will pick up a little something there, and dupreeh as well. Again, the aggressive apartments play from TSM is stellar. And they are now in a great advantage. And NaVi, they have nobody in a position. They don't have any map control. That can be a saving grace in a 3-on-5 situation. But they don't even have that. They need to find a way to get map control first of all. And let's say they want to get middle.
TSM still have 3 smoke grenades in the bag as well. Never mind the 3 Molotovs to boot. So this is going to be a long, hard slog for NaVi. There's the first molly. See, Guardians push through it. Going to take down dupreeh in the quad area. Can Device find a frag here? He will. See, he's going to walk straight into the crosshair and be eliminated. Device rotating out of the position. Doesn't want to get naded. Only 11 HP on him. So he needs to be able to take them by surprise, find a shot and land it. And there we go. His repositioning will pay off in dividends. Taking down Guardian. Only Zeus will remain. And that's going to be 10-5 in favor of TSM. So it's a reasonable score. It's a fair score, you might say, considering the state of the map at the moment.
I love the angle there from Device, the angles that he played. Again, like, if from memory you can see that first shot that he picked up, he abused the fact that there's a groove in the wall to take the angle against a player that would be holding arch, that he kind of abused, because he basically had that position covered, which is like a really easy shot for him, like super easy. It's not like someone's just peeking from the angle. It's a super easy shot, and he had the ability to just back away instantly with teammates flashing over, and then he gets himself straight away to library. Really good AWP play from Device there, and you can see when by the time he got to library and got the second kill, the players, in the time it's taken him to move there, for the players on the T side, they're moved and they are exposed. They're in exposed positions, and what happens then is that's the best time for your teammates to come in as the CTs and then cause these distractions, like which way should T's, like which way should I look?
Yeah.
That's how you see a lot of these these force buys with pistols won, because the T's are like pushing a certain position that's kind of exposed, no immediate cover, and all of a sudden a guy comes in from the side, a guy comes in from the front, and they're peeking, and you like don't know which way to look. That's how you get crazy situations going your way. So great team play from TSM. Really
Absolutely.
good team play.
Yeah, so NaVi are definitely in a strong position to take this. But again, because it's Inferno, even if they win a CT pistol, the second round is going to be arguably harder for them to hold because of the design of the map and the nature of the weapons at the moment. Because again, go on.
Sorry, it does. I'm curious how TSM would handle the second round, because we've seen that they love to get aggressive. In the past, that second round, they were one of the few teams that actually would say, hey, actually, we're just going to get just like a P250 and that's it. And then the next round we'll do the same, and then we'll do our full buy with loads more money so we can get the AWP out more quickly. They're one of those teams. But I could even see them in the new patch maybe saying, hey, let's buy, instead of like, the ability to buy scouts, when you get a frag, let's buy like some Mac 10s and get some armor on 2 players. Maybe drop some Mac 10s or something.
Yeah.
Now that I haven't really seen that. That would be kind of interesting, because this is a map like you were alluding to before. You can close the distance super fast, so you can
just
really
go up second mid for example.
Yeah.
And then you poke into mid or go through wraps or banana, throw a flash over the roof. There are so many ways to create close situations. And the problem is, like, if you're a B player on a CT, either you have to try and take control of banana and have a variance situation, or you play from, say, coils of a team counter flashing. And even if you kill 1, maybe 2, the rest are on site, and then it's bedlam. So it's I think it's a very difficult map for CTs in these kind of situations now.
Yeah, I mean,
but that does require the Ts to have some kind of reasonable execute as well.
Yeah, I mean that's the crazy thing. If the CTs lose that pistol, what are you gonna do about all the SMGs running at you? It's super hard to defend against that because the distance is closed immediately, and it's like you can't play. The pace on which the ground is covered by the SMGs is so fast. That's really hard. Even if you're on a stack, it's really hard to stop them, because usually that's that dynamic of them having rifles and the fact that they have to stutter step. That slows things down on them getting onto your position. That gives you time to actually play with your teammates and get frags and slowly get a good situation. But the SMG is very fast. Either way, we're going to see how this will pan out now. What kind of round we're going to see. We've got 3-man aggro from NaVi at the start of the round on banana. Now, are they going to go all the way? It looks like flamie was going to open things up straight over by the logs with taking out cajunb.
Yeah, but TSM, they are charging towards the A site. Zipnik's going very quickly into the apps area. They know that there's a number of NaVi players towards B. They don't know how many, though, which is why they won't continue all the way to the site. Going to have to do a bit of fact-finding TSM if they continue towards A. And there are 3 players towards A already here for NaVi. C's in the library area. You can see Edward there is in the pit in a sneaky position. And I do believe Guardian is in graveyard. That is exactly where he is. So he has a P2000, so he will announce himself fairly quickly. There it is. We've got 2 players in apps, 2 players on short for TSM. They're going to find Guardian. 2 players left. There's a crossfire for the CTs, and it's going their way. Fast frags coming in. 2 for C's, 2 for Edward. And that is a nice cleanup and a bit of revenge here for NaVi.
Yeah, NaVi played it really well. They had very good positions. The thing that you have to note there is they played the longest ranges they possibly could on the most defensive setup they had. The fact that Guardian actually didn't get anything was quite unlikely as well. He had 2 clear chances at shots for just to knock down the players coming through the balcony from graveyard. You could see how quickly he died once they closed the distance, and that's what that situation is. It's about the CTs maintaining the long distance to get those quick kills versus the pistols of the terrorists getting really close very quickly. That's that dynamic.
TSM have gone for a much more reasonable buy than NaVi did in when it was their turn to try and eco the NaVi players. Are we seeing a boost on banana over the smoke? I think that's what the attempt was.
Edward looks over AFK there. Did you see that?
Edward looks AFK, did you say?
He looked AFK there. Yeah, look, they're going to go for the pause.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we are seeing TSM actually just get P250s, no armor.
Yeah, but hey, they could go for a surprise buy in this round, as we have seen from people previously.
Yeah, it would be an interesting choice. I think it's quite risky to go for that in their current position. I mean, it would be. You'd have to have a very specific round drilled and set up, and I think that's the kind of a round that you'd want to save for a LAN, actually, to be honest, because it would be so shock factor to buy here. It's so risky in their position that they have to have something solid. But They're just going to go for the P250s again. No armor, no nades. So the other thing that this is good for is if they actually lose their buy rounds, they're going to be in a situation where they're going to have enough money saved up from having done the 2 kind of hardcore ecos, where they can potentially immediately buy afterwards, especially if they get a plant down. They should be able to buy immediately afterwards, and it'll be a good buy instead of kind of a scrappy buy on the following round if they lose this one.
So, okay, so they're going for more for a conservative play then.
Yeah, definitely.
Taking
More economic.
advantage of their lead while they can do that with that 5-round lead. So it was an MP7 on the map for a while. I think it was an MP7. But Zeus gone for an M4 after all. Double nades coming in, nades all over the place, but only C's taking damage so far. Nice pop flashes from his teammates to help him come in. Haven't noticed a player under the pillar though, and that's going to be an open B bomb site. Bit of a mistake there from NaVi. Excellent play by cajunb. All credit to him. Zeus forced to go aggressive following the loss of that site. The rotation will come in, but who's going to find who here first?
Ooh, dupreeh's well positioned, isn't he? Look at this. Going to be pushing out. Oh, doesn't catch Zeus in time. It was close. But karrigan is going to get the bomb down for his team in the meanwhile. Or perhaps not. He's under a lot of pressure here. Not with the right cover to get that bomb planted just yet. We've got Guardian moving in from the back there, spying cajunb at the quad boxes and new boxes. Now that smoke is going to go away. And oh, there is another one from TSM. That's very annoying now for NaVi as they try to make this retake work. Guardian going to push straight through the smoke, though, somehow got through there. Trades coming in. Zeus picks up the kill onto dupreeh. Edward coming in, gets the one-on-one, does karrigan. And Zeus, with the good trade, is going to pick up the defuse. But will he have the time? Looks like he has time here for this, so that's okay. But that was a very expensive round for NaVi. And TSM, they got the bomb down. They're going to have a strong buy going into this. This is really going to weigh heavily on the buy for NaVi.
I remember on Dust 2, on the CT side, when there's a smoke in mid and the CT's double stack, you once said, you know, why are the T sides not double nading that area, you know, preemptively in case there's a double stack there. And we're often seeing on Inferno where construction is smoked off, the plant comes behind the spools. And I do wonder if anyone's actually made a nade to just bounce off the wall and land in that area, because it's a very common area for people to smoke, because it's relatively safe from gunfire. But look at this, NaVi already losing 2 CT players here, and there's a minute 20 on the clock, so they are going to be stretched quite a bit. Guardian's going to have to go crazy here, but not going to be easy. There's a first frag for him, but he's getting pressured from quad and from Abs, and there's a trade frag for him, but flamie versus 2 now, the clutch master here for NaVi. All of a sudden, things are not as terrible as they were, but got to fear the trade kills.
They got the nades down in place as well. They have spotted him too, so... Oh, that spray! flamie almost potentially getting a headshot there on device. He wasn't far off of it, but he's going to back away. That next smoke is just too much to handle, and... I mean, you've got to give credit to Guardian there. He made some nice shots from balcony with the AWP. But TSM, they were so strong into the bomb site. And this is really painful now, because NaVi, I mean, flamie has to drop for Guardian. Guardian has $0 left. So Guardian can get armor and maybe a nade, or 2 nades, 2 flashes or something, going on the money before. He's going to, yeah. So he really needs flamie to drop for him. And there is the drop. So they can get another buy going, but TSM they've pushed NaVi into that very desperate position where they could break their money and get that eco round going for them, get momentum in the match, and get some more economy going. So this is a very important one for NaVi. They need to lock this round down. They need to make sure they don't take any early risks.
Yeah, speaking of early risks, they did lose 2 players very quickly indeed. Like first 15, 20 seconds of that previous round. So I'm not sure what kind of aggression they were going for, but I expect we will see something more passive for them for the next few rounds at the very least.
I think at the start it was just one of those mid-challenges, just an aggressive mid-challenge from NaVi that went sour. And right now we have a reposition here. We've got Guardian on a library now, library side with his AWP. So they've pushed all the way back now. See Edward on pits, as TSM have quite a good chunk of map control. But who is that on B for NaVi? I'm not sure which player. I think that's his flamie, I think. I think that's flamie. Either way. Yeah, it is flamie. He's there. He's reinforced now by Seized. as TSM have now decided to make their way back up Banana after providing that early presence. And they got 30 seconds to work with on this push. And I do believe we have one incendiary on flamie, so that could be very important here. But generally lacking grenades, Seized is going to have to do excellent work with the flashbangs, and he is doing just that. They're so blind, that's going to slow them down. They aren't getting themselves through. Seized picks up 2 kills, flamie coming in, gets nothing though. Device with a quick kill, and that's going to give them the space to plant the bomb. 2-1-4 now post-plant, as Device and dupreeh seem to be against the world. As we're going to have Device getting some early kills here, but he's not going to pick that one up. dupreeh now going down as well, and that's going to be the round for NaVi.
That was a solid flash off the barrel, out of the sight. That was really, really nice there from NaVi. Very well done indeed. And again, we're seeing another plant behind the smoke onto the grill then. NaVi had already exhausted their nades, but I want to see somebody watching make a nade that bounces off the wall into that position, should you be blocked off by a smoke. Because I think that's something that can be added to the CT strats over there. NaVi keeping only 1 round between themselves and the Danish side.
Okay, the Device going with a fast push up Banana here.
dupreeh, 21 frags, boom.
Oh, nice. Gonna get the nades over the top there from Seized.
I like how NaVi are mixing it up, actually. I was worried that maybe they had been conditioned to play very passive from the previous round of behavior, but flamie getting the nice frag there on Device. But before that, he was pop flashed in by his teammates, so they're mixing it up. They're not going to be dictated to by TSM. They will do what they choose to do. And for Guardian, that is holding down the mid area with an AWP. Will be smoked off for the time being. The bomb is far away from the remaining teammate Zipnix. There's another peek from flamie onto Banana, and NaVi, very importantly, went around without losing a player.
Yeah, and the previous round as well, they only lost 2, I think. So they are stabilizing. I mean, again, that's that round previous to this. They had lost that. They are ecoing for sure. Now they've reasserted themselves on the map. They're starting to build that bank. Again, if they are able to take this one away from TSM have got to start to be really worried, because NaVi they're gonna be so far away from the eco. So definitely improving their chances in winning this one overall on NaVi, as we are going to see early aggression there on Banana again from NaVi. But can TSM get the better of them this time?
They're pushing closer and closer down Banana. Sees going to pop another smoke, so that's going to be closed off for a little while. Zeus and flamie still with 2 more smokes to boot. So I think TSM going to have no choice but to push A if they choose to push in the next 30 seconds. Guardian still holding aggressive angles in the mid area, and look at that movement there. Going to take down karrigan, getting used to the New York now as Guardian. Frags trades coming in. Guardian still alive though, very dangerous indeed. 1-man advantage for NaVi. And flamie's had to head back towards the B bomb site, going to play deep just in case the push comes in there. 45 seconds left, still an option for TSM. But they're exposed. Has C seen the shoulder? Indeed he has. dupreeh falls, Zipnix and Device remaining. Still got control of the bomb.
Really good retake of mid here, but Guardian's going to go down in the end. But there's 30 seconds left. 30 seconds, they've got to come out with a quick play. Device going to wrap around Arch, goes for the duel and loses, and that's the bomb down. 19 seconds left. 15, and Zipnix picks up the kill. There's barely enough time to actually get the bomb down if he can get himself in the site, but Ed's got a great position there, and he's going to find the kill. So NaVi with some excellent plays on the defense. They are looking much more confident, like they have much more purpose to their CT half than their T half, which looked a little bit, not desperate, but like they didn't know what the answer could be for TSM's defense.
Okay, so I like how NaVi are changing things up constantly, and again, they're not going to be conditioned. They're charging down mid. The game has been given away, though, as Edward has been seen in second mid, but they're going to find all the frags. Only Zipnix remains. He is running into CT apps at the moment, so he's got behind the players. Not sure if he's been seen. Sandwich between Guardian and the hard place. And he will be finished off as well. Now, NaVi have been changing things up quite considerably every single round here on the CT side. How do TSM combat this, Dan?
Well, there's lots of ways to deal with it. One thing that I think could be quite nice for them is to do like a really fast mid play, just like go with a very fast timing, and see how that works out for them. It's something that can really mix it up on the offense, and you can see it's very good at dealing with rounds like this because with the fast timing up middle, you're like 5 against 1 or 2. So that's one of the reasons why this can work. And looks like they are going for a very fast play up middle. This is going to abuse the fact that the players are not in place here for NaVi, and they have lost 2 men already. The rotation is coming in, but it's not enough players. Can Zeus do any damage? No. Nothing gained by Zeus. Seized and flamie now, wrapping around for the play. Spray comes in, flamie does only get 1, and smoked off is seized. So he's going to have a hell of a time trying to get back into the bomb site. And TSM, with that fast round up towards A, have actually gotten quite an advantageous position for themselves. There's surely nothing that Zeus can do here.
Dan, they did literally what you recommended they do.
They pretty much did, yeah.
They literally did what you recommended they do. Analysis with Dan here at FACEIT.
It can be difficult when a team's switching stuff up constantly because you can't know what they're going to do. So taking a risky gamble like a fast timing based, because that's one of the most exploitative plays you can go for if that 3-man banana play happens early in the round, which is common enough that I think it's a good gamble. If you don't know what to do, I think it's a nice gamble to take. And hey, they actually got lucky this time and pulled off the round.
Can we look at NaVi's money quickly? Because they bought an extra M4 by mistake, which is on the floor and spawn. And if 3 people have 2k plus on their team and they lose this round, then they're in a lot better spot than they are right now. So that little mistake could prove fatal. We'll have to wait and see what happens. karrigan on a Tech 9 only as this push comes into mid once again.
So going for that split now, and Guardian is completely smoked off. What has he got to see here? Very little, but he will still find the kill onto karrigan, but they know where he is. 2 players in the pit still. It's so hard for TSM to get onto that bomb site.
One's over the smoke as well. He's jumped onto the top of the pillar from the balcony area, and I think he's still there. Just now Guardian gets taken down. And there's a nice cleanup from NaVi, but really important, there is a pillar or 2 actually in the pit area which you can jump onto the top of from the balcony, and that gave them vision over the smoke. dupreeh 27 kills, but still they're 2 rounds behind, so he needs to go even more nuclear than he is at the moment. He needs that 30 bomb if they are to win. So we've got a full eco here pretty much for TSM. They're playing for overtime now.
The frag distribution is really weird for TSM. It's super weird. We'll check that out again later because it is so insanely bizarre. But NaVi, they're up against pistols now. They are looking, TSM are playing for that overtime.
Actually, I think some of them may have reconnected earlier when there was a pause. I'm not sure, so I have to take it with a pinch of salt.
Right. Yeah. Yes, I forgot about that. I did forget about that. I think it was device actually. So that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, looking at a strong cleanup here, NaVi. And hey, they're looking quite good on the CT side. I mean, no AWP on Guardian this time around. He did lose that in the previous round. And TSM looking to see if they can get themselves a bomb plant, because economic damage is not really going to help them massively at this point. It's going to be about getting themselves a strong buy into the next round. So a bomb plant would really help with that.
Someone tweet me and tell me how fast you run when you're holding the bomb. I'm curious. But, oh, this eco, this should be a slaughter here for the CTs. We're talking abattoir level, and indeed it will be. No losses here, no accidents. It's a clean safety sheet there for NaVi in the abattoir as they bring themselves to match point. So TSM have to go maximum every round, and this is their current maximum: 3 AKs, 2 Tech 9s, unless there are drops on the floor. We will see shortly.
The scary thing is that you can actually do plays which are really powerful with the 2 Tech 9s. There's plays where you can have 2 Tech 9s, 3 AKs, where that's actually favorable to have the Tech 9s for that specific strategy. So if they have that in their playbook...
This would be the map for it as well.
Yeah, it really would. But looks like they're just going to barrage banana. Big push from them. Trades coming in though, and flamie's going to get the delay. He's on 14 HP. Do they decide to go through the smoke? They are not going to go through the smoke. I guess they felt like, hey, the teammates are too far away. If we can't get on there immediately, let's just let them rotate and then play around that.
flamie was such a strong player there as well. He knew he was low. He moved back. He got the smoke down. He tried to pre-fire. Should they chase him through the smoke as well? He did all the things right there to try and ensure his survival and slow him down as much as possible. Just the small things. And there's lots of small things that make great players. TSM not rotating away from B. And you have to wonder if NaVi will start to put someone back over towards A, thinking that TSM have scurried away. But TSM are here, and they are here in force. The push is coming in. Let's see if these two NaVi players can hold.
Here we are. Zeus up on the core is going to drop off into the smoke just momentarily. He's trying to see if he can spot anybody. Spray comes in. Zipnix goes down as Zeus takes safety behind that smoke. But he's got flamie in the corner of the site. Will they clear his position out in time? No. flamie going to get himself a quick kill before he goes down. And that is a very crippled cajunb and Device left over against 3 players for NaVi who are on top of them in moments now. And good amaze from Edward. Device going to lose his one-on-one. cajunb by Paul now with it all to do, and Guardian gets the kill. NaVi pick up the round and the match. 16-12. I think, wasn't that what I said?
16-10?
Did I say 16-10?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, that's very nice, Dan. You're on fire today.
Hey, you didn't make a prediction, did you?
No.
God damn.
I was too scared. But before I think often things are missed on the last round of a map because it's like, let's talk about the whole match. But Zeus played excellently there at the very end. He was in construction. He threw a smoke into construction, well, from construction onto the site just to block off New Box as if he was going to peek where the bomb was going to be planted, but he didn't peek. He just kept himself away around the corner because he only had like 12 HP. But the sheer doubt just slowed down the T's even more while he's allowing his teammates to rotate. Again, lots of small things that these players are doing. Just excellent team play there.
And hey, we're not done with NaVi yet. Got one more match with NaVi coming up. We've got Fnatic as well, so stay tuned, guys. We'll take a quick break whilst we set up the next match. We'll see you after the break.